Welcome back to the Cinema Cruise Point of View. And we are back for the second day in a row this week, today to talk about Power Book 3, Episode 2. And I'm back with some of the usual suspects, my cinema crew. Got the girl, Shelly Shell. What's going on, Michelle?
Hey, boo.
And back, like you never left, Mr. E Money.
Yo,
What's going on, E?
what's going on?
Man, so we back to talk about Power Book 3 Episode 2. Unfortunately, our girl Shell was on vacation on Sunday, so we had to wait until today, but still want to bring you this live show, obviously.
Y'all saw I was in Atlanta.
Living her
ATL.
best life.
Yeah, living the best life. That's best life.
Living her best life.
Yeah, but ATL, shouts out to them. But Power Book 3, Episode 2. What'd you think of it? Just kind of an overall this episode.
Overall, I thought it was all right. I mean, everything didn't get answered like I needed it to, but overall, I thought it was all right.
Well, we were talking about it, Michelle. You made some good predictions actually that came true. So I got to give you props for that. But what do you think about it, Michelle? The episode.
I liked it. It kept up the suspense. Opening scene, we got that big answer. That was pretty cool. But the ending is what I didn't expect. So
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the opening scene. Opening scene, we right back at the park or basketball court, and we see Rock meeting up with Detective Howard. And they're talking, and first he's kind of like coy about he's got a second chance and he promised God he'll do better, yada yada yada. But then he says it, the boy can't shoot for shit. So he knows that he missed him and shit like that. And drops that bomb on Rock, obviously. And then, he says, listen, man, I just want to see my son. I want to spend time with him, stuff like that. She starts saying, like, well, I don't know. I could have been with anybody. Anybody dad. Then he dropped it on her again. Look, I got paternity tests already, Rock. You might
said,
stop on that.
Came with the proof.
It could be whose? Oh, yeah,
Right.
It's mine. It's mine. Yeah.
Right. And then he says to her again, look, all I want to talk to him, and I'm not waiting for you this time. So I will talk to Kanan, let him know who I am. And then, of course, as we alluded to, says him, listen, you got a rat in your group, called a One-Eyed Jack, about our boy Strap. And, Rock, she didn't believe him at first. So that first scene depart, Michelle, how you felt about that with her and Howard?
I'm glad it happened right then and there. And they didn't let us speculate when they was going to find out, Mm-hmm. And it's funny when you pay attention to the music, when he said it, the boy can't shoot. And then the somber, suspense music hit like, damn, all right.
Right.
He was faking him out the whole time with that whole memory loss. We knew from the beginning.
Yeah, we knew that.
That was fake. So Rocky is going to do what she got to do to protect the fact that her baby dad is a cop. Mm-hmm. She don't want that coming out. She want the story that he was D-Rock or D-Mac.
DEFCON.
DEFCON. So
D-Mac is the other show. But yeah, DEFCON son, she wants to protect that. That's what the streets know. That's what she wants to go with. So I think within the next couple of episodes, somewhere or another down the line, we're going to find out, Kanan's going to find out who his daddy is.
Okay. E, how you felt about that scene in the park?
Oh, I love this, especially when he dropped it on her like that. I couldn't wait for that. I needed that. And she looked so dumb. And it's like, yeah, you slept with a cop. Yeah, you had a kid. Your kid can't shoot. You had Kanan go do that.
Yeah.
Like, you really had Kanan go do that, right? That's crazy. That's mad desperate and dangerous. Yeah. It shows how deep she will go to get what she wants. And that's what makes Rock dangerous.
It also showed that, even knowing the information that he's not trying to turn him in. So he must really just want to have a time with his son. Stuff like that, as far as
because he knows he's being manipulated by his mom. That's not no grown man calling his own shots.
Nope.
Yeah.
He know that.
Yeah.
Any man would know that, actually. If you ain't never meet your son, then your son pull up on you with the strap, you be like, oh, this bitch. Motherfucker.
Yeah. How about what we know how it's going to end, but how about, I guess you were right That's what we saw when he told her about the scrap was in the precinct and stuff like that. So, being a CI, that's what we called that about. Yep. And Miller, to go back to Kanan and what her name, Jukebox, watching Cooley High, and I guess him crying and stuff like that. So showing his vulnerability. But after that, we go to your boy Famous crib, stuff like that. And they trying to wake him up. I don't know what he took. Kim been just weed, the way he was knocked out or whatever. But he knocked out. Shorty next to him knocked out. They can't get him up. Jessica tell him, look, get him up, or when Mom come home, she's gonna put his ass out. And that's just what happened. Mom came home, put his ass out. Like that. So now he got nowhere to go. How you felt about this scene inside of Famous crib, Michelle?
It was cool. It was cool. At the end of the day, we're seeing more of who Famous is, which has turned out to be nothing. Right. All he want to do is smoke, fuck bitches, get money. But he's being distracted from what he really wants. Right. And Lou told him, stop smoking weed. Mm-hmm. Give me something for real, some real material, and I'll let you back in the studio. So I think that was a bridge to that.
I think Kanan, not Kanan. I think Famous gonna break bad, and I think that we're gonna see him being desperate, especially for money wise, and go down a bad path. I don't know if he's gonna start selling drugs, but I think ultimately, he gonna wind up getting killed or something. But I think we're about to see him back.
I think he's gonna die.
Yeah, me too. But what you think about Famous at this point?
Well, one thing, I honestly don't think it's the bud. I just think it's him being lazy. Period. Okay. Because rappers smoke hella bud. Hella bud.
Right.
To get their chemistry right, to get to space out, to be able to rap and do a lot of things. So I feel like he's just lazy. He honestly thinks that mixtape is doing something. Like, that's the crazy part. You know how old that mixtape is?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you still relying on that? No new music? I feel Lou on that. Like, I feel him.
He gives me very egotistical, entitled vibes.
Right. Like, he was real entitled with his sister. Like, oh, you ain't do nothing. I thought you would. What are you doing? Where your bars at? Where your music at? Making him want to listen to you.
Right.
So
you're the artist. I'm just the manager.
Right. That shit was crazy to me.
I think his mom putting him on his ass was good for him, honestly. Because
that might make him go.
It's a humble awakening.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? They on the street selling a mixtape, but Kane I get 3 for 1. You're like, man, 3 for 1. He's like, man, I can't sell 100 to 1. Like, you talking about, like,
right? What you talking about, right? And you see how Kanan looked out for him? Kanan got him a spot to stay at and everything, just like that.
He just can't stay at his house, right? Because Rock don't play that shit or whatever. So. For a reason, though. Rock want to talk around family. That's why she don't let nobody else play that.
That's why she don't play that. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we go to your boy Marvin, anger management again, and not paying attention at all, eating as usual, and Fritos, and then we see him getting this little argument with the white dude, Gerald, stuff like that, to kind of go back and forth. But she's trying to get him to engage, which he won't. So did this scene, Michelle, give you any thoughts about Marvin and his back and forth with that dude?
Marvin doesn't believe he should be there.
Yeah.
He's there because his attorney told him that he has to. And then he found out that he actually has to stay and not just sign in. So he's one of those guys, I don't have no problems. I'm just doing this so I don't get fired type of mentality. Him provoking the guy was just Marvin being Marvin.
I loved every bit of that.
I did too.
Me too. I love Marvin.
One thing he did not stop doing was chewing.
He did not. He did not. Yeah, he did not, bro. Yeah, he's funny. But dude, crazy, yo, because I know dude. Well, he don't know, but I know. I know dude was mad, but Marvin's a killer. Like I told Michelle last night.
Yo, listen, did you see Marvin's face?
Yeah.
Where the killer came in when he was like,
right.
Do you know what I would do to you?
Yeah.
I'm already thinking it. I'm already thinking what I'm about to do to you tonight.
Yeah. You may be like a mad white dude, but I'm a killer. Like, yo, we ain't the same,
mad white dude.
He is. He always mad, I guess. Whatever.
He's like, I'll get up here and kick your ass. No, you won't. No, you won't, bro.
It just kept on chewing. That's just
right.
So then we get Rock and Juke back at the crib, and we get Juke asking more about her mother, and this whole kind of, I guess, touching moment between her and Rock, talking to her about her mother. But Juke's trying to like, why she leave me, and Rock don't really have the answers for her. So let me ask you, how you felt about that scene there? So.
Yo, something about that scene seemed mad fishy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I almost feel like they did something to that girl mom, or they got rid of her in a way so the brother can keep his daughter. I don't know.
Knowing Rock, she know more than what she's saying. Knowing Rock.
Hell yeah. Hell, you can see she know more than what she's saying.
Yeah.
You can really tell. So I can't wait to figure that part out.
But yeah, I agree.
I wonder is that going to turn her, because remember we know her later from being a cop. So
yeah. I don't know. She was evil cop too, though. So I don't know.
All right, say she was no good cop. She was a dirty cop.
She was definitely dirty. Yeah, she was definitely
yeah.
Definitely a dirty cop.
The same thoughts, Michelle? The Rock no more what she laid on.
Of course. You know, she's her aunt, and she knows that's a very, significant weak spot for Jukebox. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't want to press the issue and give out more information. But one thing about Jukebox is that we're seeing she's resourceful. She went to the cop and got information on her mom. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, Rock is not going to give up history. She's not going to give up that past. Mm-hmm. That's going to affect Marvin at the end of the day. That's her brother. Mm-hmm. But Jukebox is going to want those answers, and she's going to go get them.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of Jukebox, the next scene, we get Nicole's mom back at the precinct trying to get Burke fired because they're still trying to lock Juke up for Nicole. And Nicole thinks her mom thinks she got the mayor help. And bro, I'm just here to watch. I don't know what to tell you something like that. Yeah. But the captain, I guess, did help Burke out, but he's still kind of mad at her because she kind of always meddling or pressing. So what do you think about that scene in there, Michelle? Let me ask you that.
It was interesting that they brought it back because I thought that part of the storyline was dead. Mm-hmm. I really did. So that leads me to believe that Mother is not going to settle until Jukebox is reprimanded in some form or some way. Or even the cop. I don't think the cop, is going to get any more trouble than what she is. But Jukebox somehow or another will have to answer to that.
Okay.
See, I looked at that differently. I felt that was showing us more of what Jukebox is going to owe this woman for doing this stuff. Like I feel
the cop?
Yes, I feel like what the cop was going to use to hold over her head and what she did, they're showing us like they're like throwing it on there to show us like she did this for you, she did do that, and I forgot actually that slipped my mind. I forgot she did that for her. Mm. So
and then she got another favorite this episode but the mom.
Right. Got the mom shit for you.
The cop might be coming to collect on the favors.
She is. You can look at the eyes when she looks at her. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ask. I'm doing all this shit because I'm gonna ask you. I'm telling you."
Well, see, what I think is, if she's gonna come collecting on favors, then she's gonna come circling around to who shot Howard. Howard's not gonna reveal that, and she's gonna somehow or another connect it to Kanan, and she knows that Kanan and Jukebox are related, and she's gonna start asking questions. Nobody's gonna give up your family. Not doing it. But I think she's daring enough to ask.
Yeah, I think somehow her nosy ass might find out that Kanan and Howard are related at some point.
Right.
That's what I think, and realize that's the reason why he letting them go and stuff like that. So
he's your daddy.
She gonna want to get herself fired, though. I think overall by doing something she's not supposed to do.
That's what the captain was alluding to. Yeah. Like everybody polices the community in their own way, but stop.
Right. I see her like a like a Sax or like you said a Blanca chick. Like they always go too far and they wind up getting fired or something like
that.
But
I be respecting what they be saying to her. I just don't see why she don't respect it. It's two older gentlemen of the force telling you like, "Yo, chill. You doing too much. You ruffling up shit. You got shit going on. You keep having shit going on. Chill for our that ass."
That's the difference between a good cop and bad cop. So they know what those actions would turn into, and she's still new to it. She wants to play that good cop role and get down with the investigation. And they're like, "Listen, you gonna unravel some shit that nobody could come back from."
Yeah,
straight up.
I see that too.
It's gonna be a body.
Yeah,
or like body.
Streets need a body.
Streets need a body.
Right. So next we get the siblings, Marvin, Lulu, and Rock, and I always love their scenes together. To be honest with you, but we get them back at one of the houses and stuff like that. I think in the building, and first talking about Scrap, and she let them know that she found out. We know from Howard, but she didn't tell them Howard that Scrap was down there. He is CI, and Lulu refuses to believe it. He like, nah, it can't be him. He putting all this work for us. Like, nah. Marvin just like, I don't know. He just like whatever. Then she put Marvin on the job, but Lulu is like really, really like against this. So watching that scene, E, how'd you feel about that?
I respected it. I even respected Marv even more because Marv did the homework. Marv asked the questions, pulled up, checked shit out, seen if the nigga was lying about shit, which he was. Now, we don't know if he was lying because he felt like it was none of their business or he was lying because he was really telling. We don't know yet, for real. But I like Marv, man. Marv's my type of dude, man. Like that's a he got a good street mind when it comes to that. Lou got a chip on his shoulder, man. I don't know what the chip is, but he got a chip on his motherfucking shoulder. I feel like he don't want to be bossed around no more. Like I feel like he feel like, man, I'm my own man. I can make my own legacy. I'm gonna do it my way. I ain't doing it Rock's way. Who's like Rock? Just my sister. Shit, I used to fight her. Fuck she talking about? Like, you know what I mean? So right. I feel like that's why he's showing out the way he's showing out. But Marv, she better hold Marv the fuck down. I mean that shit. He 100 all the way through.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, let me ask you, Michelle, how you felt about Lou and that's in his reaction about hearing about Scrap and how he didn't want to pursue it.
Like Lou said, you don't want to believe that somebody who shed blood for you is turning on you and providing information on your illegal operation. You don't want to believe that. He lost the eye for them.
Right.
So Lou is like, nah, it can't be. It can't be. Marv is playing double fence between Rock and Lou. Like, all right, let's just see what it's about. And Rock is hot. She's convinced because why would Howard have to lie?
Right.
What reason would he have to lie for it? So at the end of the day, I agree with you, E. Marvin played that shit. He played it. He did his homework. He didn't let it be known that they knew. Well, he knew or had any inclination that Scrap was a snitch. So at the end of the day, Lou being the one who wants to get out of the game.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do. He wanted no parts. He didn't want to side with them because he knew where it was going to lead to, which it did. He had to play the other devil, the angel in this situation, but it didn't come out in his favor.
Well, and we'll get to what happened later, obviously, but before we get to that, it's in the same room. Now Worrell comes in, so they get Worrell to meet with them, and Worrell like, look, I told my mom where I'm at, and y'all just she gonna know it's just like that. I'm like, y'all don't know what that means. It doesn't kill you. I told your mom where you at, but okay. So, but anyway, they offer Worrell the proposition, take over, not take over, but to run the 40s with Lou, stuff like that. And they tell him, listen, Unique is done. They ain't gonna fuck with him. Nobody gonna fuck with him. So either you can fuck with us or you can have nothing. And Worrell kind of hesitant because he was looking at Lou because he tried to kill Lou. And Lou kind of let him know, like, yeah, we ain't dating, nigga. We can do this shit. So how you felt about them proposing to the proposition there, Michelle, with Worrell, accepting it ultimately?
It was risky because you're asking the enemy to join your side.
Right.
It's risky. And the thing is, it's still fresh. And we see him step into Unique. So at the end of the day, all right, he told Unique to his face, I ain't down with you no more. But that don't mean shit either. It really don't. We'll see where his loyalty lies for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how you felt about them proposing to him?
I'm telling you, I be feeling like her moves is she's too rushy. She's too rushy with shit, and that's her fucking problem. That right there was too rushy for me. Like, that man could trade anytime and tell and break down the Unique what the fuck and how to run a project building the way you run it, the way you got it running. And then he can get right back in the game easily.
Okay, I got you.
It's not for Worrell to run that shit for a couple months and then Unique, look, I got this. It's full operation. Let's go and take the fuck over. And then Rock and Lou and Marvin gonna be like, well, damn.
And I wouldn't put him right with Lou when they are trying to kill each other.
That was stupid.
All right. Like it ain't gonna take much.
Dude, let Marv be on that. You know
right.
Marv will put him in the dirt. Let Marv be on that. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
And see,
I ain't like that.
As Lou, right? My sister is making me work with a man who tried to take me out.
Yes.
Tried to kill me.
Try to kill me. So that and psychologically, that will lessen Lou's loyalty to his sister. It's like, damn, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to bring in enemies into our circle?
Yes, especially one who tried to kill me, like of all things. Like I could be dead right now. You don't even care. You
if it wasn't for Marvin, he would be dead.
I know.
He would have been dead. He'd been killed by that nigga right there.
He killed him, and just his brother came right on time.
And if he would have died, she still probably would have gave this nigga a job.
Probably. Rock is ruthless, bro. Rock might be the most savage, ruthless chick. I know she works the Monet.
Yes,
all of us.
Yes,
I feel like
hell yeah. Come on, she catching bodies.
Yeah,
I mean, Monet killed some people too.
Yeah, but
I think Rock worse. I'm sorry.
Rock worse, yo. Rock worse.
Yeah.
The fact that people are following it, right? The fact her following is the way it is shows you she's worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't even want to get in the elevator.
That is worse, honestly. But speaking of Rock, though, we see her next scene at the store, and the rat's eating up all the money. She tells Juliana, get to an exterminator. She's like, y'all been feeding 10 rats a day. She's like, listen, get an exterminator. You know what I mean? Thanks. And then as she walks out, it's this glance with Unique's girl. But also Juliana says, yo, what are you doing? Why are you keeping this money here? Like, I send money back to my family. Why just have the money sitting here for all the time? So, how you felt about that? And you think it's a good idea for her to keep the money at the bodega like that? Or what do you think about that?
I mean, for right now, it's smart because they got that shit back under the radar. Now, the rats eating the money, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I see it all the time in movies. I guess it'd be happening, but when you got old money. But because, yo, I can't see them just trying to eat paper. But yeah.
That is weird. All right.
That's weird. Wait, hold up. But old girl in the store gave me bad vibes.
That's Unique girl. So.
That's Unique Shorty?
Yeah.
His baby mom.
Yeah.
Rock, you slipped. Look, see what I'm saying? Rock slipping. You see what I'm saying?
And see, that's what made me uncomfortable because Rock recognized her.
Yeah.
I'm not about to recognize somebody in the store of my cash house.
Yes.
And be okay with it. Like,
right. Nah.
Right. But the worst part is, I think she was really only there shopping for real. It just so happened to see Rock coming out of there.
Yeah.
What you think she gonna tell Unique, nigga? Like she should have took her right with her, right then and there,
or took my money out of there. One or the other. Like after that point, I mean, at this point, you already got rats anyway. I'll take my money out of there. It's fucking It ain't no point now. You already got 2-3 other buildings. I don't know. I will do something else at that point.
Yeah, stash house.
Yeah. I think wasn't Juliana telling her about what she does with her money really put the idea in Rock's head to actually use that money. What's the point of doing all this if you're not setting up a safe life for Kanan, if that's what you keep saying that you want? You want him in the game where the potential for him to die is there and we know what the story is, or do you really want to build this fortune to keep him alive and build a safer opportunity for him? Because right now you just got crumbled up bills sitting there doing nothing but getting eaten.
Right.
What is this money really doing? Because y'all working hard for nothing.
Right.
You could have already put Kanan in school.
You want to buy all these damn fancy outfits and shit that she wearing every episode and shit like that.
That's another thing I don't get about her. What the fuck is she doing with the bread?
I don't know. Not at the moment. But we'll get to that actually because
dusty ass Range Rover.
But before that, one of my favorite scenes is Scrappy and Marvin. And Marvin go check on him inside one of the house where they cook at and stuff like that. And he asked him, like I said, investigating. He said, yo, where you was at? I needed your help. And he said I was hanging on painting or something like that. And he's like, yo, what your eye? How you hanging on painting? Which made me laugh. And then Scrap goes off, gives all his feelings. Yo, you put Warrell over me. I put y'all since I was 14. I lost the eye for y'all. Marvin giving him no emotion, just eating his lollipop, stuff like that. And then after all that, Marvin says, so where would you rather? I said, hanging the painting up, stuff like that. And he says, my cousin Ebony house. But, I know we know what happened at the end, but how you felt about that scene where Scrap is letting everything out?
I felt that's where I felt he fucked up.
Okay.
Oh, Scrap or Marvin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrap. I felt Scrap fucking up because one, you know when this nigga Marv talked to you, and the way he talking to you compared to how he normally be macking and kicking it with you, it's completely different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
He should have noticed that right there from that start right there. Then he should have been honest come off of that vibe. You know what I mean? He should have been like, all right, listen, let me tell you, I ain't want to tell Rock. You know what I mean? We already got a couple secrets with each other. So I ain't want to tell Rock I was gambling at my mom's spot and that shit got raided.
Right. Simple.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah, instead of making it a lie. I agree.
Right, because that lie made you look like, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
And it was two people in that room, and that's what I keep saying to myself. It's two people in that room. Anybody could have been that confidential informant, which means him or his mom.
I think he didn't want to talk about the game. Well, I think he wanted to talk about the game. I think he was scared about that, but that fucked him up overall either way. But anyway, Michelle, when you were watching it, what were you thinking about the Scrap and Marvin conversation?
Same thing. That was his explosion. Like you said, he's been down with them for 14 years. And how dare you overlook me for the enemy? How dare you? So in that instance, Marvin keeping his cool and seeing Scrap express himself the way he did, that let him know right then and there that he is the informant.
Yeah, I think let him know. Look, well, he mad about being passed over.
Mm-hmm.
He lying about where he was at.
Mm-hmm.
All these different things. It's like, more evidence that he can be the informant and shit like that.
And Marv like, all right.
That's why I fucking love Marvin.
Right.
That's why.
Word.
He like, all right. So what were you at last night? He was like, fucking Ebony House. All right. So
his faces every time that he dealt with something with Scrap, the faces that he would make like this don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's my problem, Scrap. That's why I feel like Scrap fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of rocking her money, we do see her with a real estate agent talking about buying a house, and she wants to get out the hood. The lady, on a racial tip, try to say, go to Hollis Queens. She's like, I want to go to Forest Hills, other areas, stuff like that. I want to pay straight cash. So she do want to do something with it. So it seems like she does have some, I guess, plans. So what were you thinking about in that moment, Michelle, watching that?
Well, the plans came from the idea that Juliana gave her. Which
right.
I send money back to my house. What are you going to do with this? Did she have any forethought of how to actually use that money prior to that conversation? Because the idea was for her just to keep it there and keep putting more there, Mm-hmm. So, but I hope that it pans out to be a good situation. Now, when the one part where the agent said, well, you need tax returns and you need pay stubs, and Rock said, I got all that. No, she don't. She doesn't. Everything that she does is that operation in cash. So hopefully that's not a situation that will pan out to catch them up.
How much?
My fault. I couldn't hear you. You froze.
You hear me?
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
About that scene, if you can hear me.
All right, I can hear you now.
Yeah, about the scene when she's with the real estate agent.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, first of all, the way that woman is dressed, come on, lady. You don't know, you can't tell who you talking to right there. That's Miss Nino Brown. Look how she look. You don't know who you talking to right there? And she's telling you she want the big houses. Find her the big houses. That's simple. Well, you know what I mean? Like, why is it so hard to find one of them people that be like, oh, she got it too. And she black and she got it? Okay. Let me get you right.
Well, that was a sign of the times right there with the racial profiling, regardless of how much money that you had.
That shit's still like that.
She's like, all right, well, it's still like that. You can stay here. And Rock was like, no, I want to go up there on top of the hill with the rich people where I belong. So.
Yeah. That's all.
Right. Can't hear you, bro.
Hold on. Now?
Keep talking.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I said if she's paying all cash, that's all commission for her, all cash. Like as a real estate person,
right?
That's dumb. Whatever.
That's dumb as hell. She'd have had that house. Man, listen, even if I was that, she would have had that house.
Right.
I'm getting that commission. She's gonna have that house.
Yeah, that's easy money for her. But anyway, I'm gonna put the two juke scenes together. We see her looking at her mother again. Then she decides to use Burke to find her, and then Burke does find her ultimately. So that she's, I guess, stalking her. I guess you can call it, and sees her mother outside. Right. Which turned out to be Latoya Luckett, which is cool. So I guess Michelle, where do you think it's gonna go? She's gonna go talk to her later on. What do you think about that scene?
Yeah, Jukebox is looking for answers.
Okay.
She want to know why her mama ain't been around all this time. Right. And that's going to unturn some things that I think Marvin and Rock do not want to come out. They're not going to want that shit to come out. But Jukebox, being the motherless child that she is, wants to know why her mother's not around. So I think we're probably going to see another episode of her looking in the bushes and seeing her mother coming and going. But then at some point or another down the season, they're going to actually have that conversation. The thing is, how is her mother going to receive her?
Yeah. You think it'd be something where, like, the mother left because she didn't want to be involved in a drug game that Rock and Marvin did too, or stuff like that?
Or Rock made them get rid of her because she ain't want nobody in the family. In family business. Oh, my God. That'd be some cold shit.
What do you think, Michelle?
Oh.
I don't know what to think. Honestly, I'm gonna leave that door open.
All right.
I don't want to put an expectation on it. I'm gonna leave it open, because whatever it is, we ain't gonna see it coming.
No. Well, we do see Marvin more investigating Marvin. He do go to the cousin house, and she, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't had no pictures on the wall since Thriller, 1982. So I don't know what you're talking about. So Marvin took the information. I'm gonna fast forward to the back to the Lou and Rock at the diner, and Marvin said, "Listen, his cousin, he wasn't there, but I can't really say for sure if he the snitch or not." And Lou's still not down with it, but Rock 100%. And then Lou says, "Listen, if you're gonna do this, I'm not doing it." So Michelle, how you felt about that in the diner with them?
I think I was happy that Lou stood firm on his decision, that he wanted no parts of that, because at the end of the day, like you said, the man shed blood for him, and he doesn't want to believe that he is a CI for the other team. Now, Marvin is going to side with Rock, because we saw last season when he was not in good favor with Rock and what he did to get back in favor.
Right.
We saw that. So he's going to go with where sister said go. And like you said, Rock is 100% convinced that it is what it is. So at the end we know what happened. And unfortunately, like we saw Lou turned his back. He didn't look the whole time, and he turned his back on it. And he just, like you said, he didn't want no parts of it. But he had to usher it in because he is a member of that tribe.
I think Rock said you got to be there. You ain't got to pull through, but you got to be there.
Right. That's what I meant. Like, he had to usher it in. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the diner part, though. When Marvin's kind of like, I'm not sure, but he could go either way. And Rock is like, basically tells Lou, listen, if he do tell, everything shut down, even your little music business.
Yup, everything gone, everything done.
Yes. How you felt about that scene at the diner?
I felt them because they've been fucking with him for that long. So like I said before, I really wish that nigga ain't lied, but I felt he was a real soldier for him and stuff like that. But if he did tell, he told, and he was way in too deep. But
Omar Epps, wow, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, got caught right up quick.
Yeah, like your boy Jay Reed.
Straight Jay Reed, man.
So next we get your boy Crown Camacho back in the studio with Lou. And he told him, listen, man, I don't hear what you hear with the Ziza chick. I don't hear a star. And Lou said, you crazy. And they're going back and forth. And Lou said, ultimately, it's my call because I don't want to bring the money in. And then her quote-unquote uncle comes in, who's a business manager, and gives a single deal. And Lou jumps on it. And Crown Camacho's like a single deal, but Lou is like still down for it. So we don't think about this whole studio scene, Michelle, with Crown, Lou, the chick, and her uncle. Whatever.
First of all, Crown smashing his chick. So right. As soon as that comes out, that's gonna be one thing. But I think I don't want to say that Lou might be sidetracked by her beauty, and that's really what's pulling him in. Because he heard her at the light, but I think she reminds him of his current girl. Now with him,
he got it tight.
Yeah, he got tight. You know, light skin and skinny. But when the uncle came in, you know, and started striking things in the air and trying to make that deal, Crown was like, listen, this is 50-50. Regardless if you got some money in this studio, you know, we're in this together. And Lou was like, no, she's here. And we're signing this deal. We're doing it.
He's right, though. He's right. You like, you ain't got no money.
Nah, no money at all. So at the end of the day, you know, their partnership's not gonna last. From what I can say, he smashed this chick. He doesn't like the direction that Lou was going in, and then, you know, at one point or another, they're probably gonna split.
Okay, E, how you feeling about the studio scene?
Yeah, Son keep looking shady. You know what I mean? I think Son's shady anyway for smashing a girl, and old girl shady too. So I'm glad she kicked rocks. But yeah, I don't really fuck with the bull. The studio bull. Now the big dude, right? What I'm trying to get out the big dude is the big dude made like one of the craziest deals. But since Lou's putting the money in, he's like, all right, I'm gonna accept this crazy ass deal because I know this shit gonna blow. Is that how you feeling?
Nah, I think the big dude could give him only a single deal, and then he told him we can talk about it if the single blow up. But Crown ain't like that because Crown, if we only get a single out of her and she leaves, then we don't really get shit or whatever like that. But Lou's so anxious. I think I'm with Michelle. I don't think Lou thinking straight. I think he might be distracted by her beauty, honestly. You know, or what he sees from her anyway. Cause I'm with Crown. She sound all right to me. I don't really think she sound that like she gonna be this great, you know, whatever.
I mean, she sound better than Son, so like she had a full song she was singing in the car. She sound way better than old boy.
Who? Famous?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can say that. You know, I feel like Crown know the music more than Lou.
I was gonna say that Lou is new to this.
Yeah.
You know, he's the financial partner. As far as artistry, he's new to it. And I think that's where Crown finds Lou's fault at. Like, dude, you only dropping coins in here, but you really don't know what you're listening to.
Right. But I think Lou is thinking like I don't care if it's a single deal. Even if she blow up off a single deal, I could say I helped blow her up. That give me some recognition. More than just what I got with Famous.
Which is nothing.
Which is nothing no more. Okay. Got you. After that, I'm going to skip around. We get the detectives bringing in Howard. And he's playing it off good. He's like, listen, I wish I could help y'all, but I don't know what's happening. But we do find out that they keep an investigation under Unique open, even though they let him out of jail. And, you know, he really planned it off like, yeah, I can't help you boys, but, you know, good luck to you and stuff like that. So how you thinking about them still bringing him in, Michelle, Howard? What was that?
They're going to do the investigation. It's still open. It was an attempted murder. But
on a cop. Yeah.
Yeah, right. of an NY cop. So at the end of the day, that's going to be facilitated. But he knows who shot him, and he doesn't want to give that up.
Right.
So they're going to, you know, continue to keep Unique in line. You know, he's out. He's still a suspect. But at the end of the day, Howard's never going to give that up because he wants the opportunity to get to know his son.
Right.
So he's going to take them off the trail, off his son's scent as much as he can.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it's a cop, they ain't going to never stop looking because it was a cop. But
yeah.
If it was a regular person, they'd have been stopped. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna stop. And the thing is, Unique don't know who did it, so it's not like he could be like, "Oh no, not me, him." You know?
Yeah. How you feel about
Rock
that?
got something to do with it, but he don't know who did it.
Yeah, he know Rock got something to do with it. And I'm wondering if can use this, like to get rid of Unique.
Rock?
For good.
Well,
yeah, like okay, you can see your kid. But you gotta say Unique did that shit.
Oh, Rock, that's pretty smart actually. Yeah, but Unique got an alibi. He was at McDonald's in the drive-through line. That's why they can't do it. Unless they can say he sent somebody though. They can say that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Man. But good segue. Speaking of Unique, we get him back at his baby mom crib, and the grandma going off on him. You know what I mean? Because they ain't paying nothing now. And he told her, "Look, when I was getting all this money, you ain't saying nothing there. I was paying on your rent." Paying on your bills and shit like that, but now you want to say some shit, and you know we just see like Unique really falling apart, and then she do tell him that she's seeing Rock, and he like, yo, Rock ain't gonna do nothing to worry about that, but she's terrified of Rock. So Michelle, how you thought about that scene inside his baby mom crib?
I think it was a good segue into how a king falls.
Yeah.
You know, at one point or another, he was up there making just as much cash, selling just as much drugs as Rock. And now he went to jail, come out, his entire empire is crashed down. He ain't got shit but his baby mama and his kid and that sofa he was sitting on. So the grandmother is like, you know, he can't do this and he can't do that. And he reminded her, but I was doing this and I was doing that when I had the money, when I was making calls, when I was doing shit. So let me remind you of that. So at the end of the day, for that, I love that scene. I really did. Because like I said, it showed that at one point he had power, and now when he's down, now some people are reaching their hand in to help him up.
I agree. And it also show how people can like love you when you got it, but then as soon as you fall off, they don't love you no more.
Right.
You wasn't saying that I'll pay the bills.
Right. But what you thought about that scene too?
I felt you. I'd have been the same way. Man, I was running shit in here. What you talking about? Y'all was eating lobster, shrimp. Yeah. I remember.
Going on vacations.
Right.
He did say that. Going on vacations, paying all the rent and shit like that.
Right. Yeah. Like, fuck y'all talking about?
Now she's like, you can't stay for free. Bitch, I don't pay for I earned to stay for free.
Yeah, I earned to stay for a lifetime. I earned to own this bitch. For real. Crazy as hell. Crazy.
I'd have been mad as hell.
I'd have been mad as hell too. I see exactly why he was having little fits.
And speaking of another fit, we do see Unique try to go and holler at Dean.
Yo.
And just like Rock said, Dean ain't want nothing to do with him. Dean is like, look, you hot on these streets, still investigation under you right now. He like desperation look good on you, but I can't help you. He like, come on, Dean. Dean says no, and he starts going off inside a little bingo hall with Dean mother there at that. Stuff like
right. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Michelle. What do you think about that whole part?
Again, his vulnerability, because he's not getting what he needs. He's going to all the resources and plugs that he once had, and nobody fucking with him. Yeah. So of course he's gonna go off. Of course, because now he knows that Dean plays all the sides. He plays all the cards with everybody. Why not help him in his time of need?
I agree. What about you? How you felt about that Unique and Dean?
I thought that shit was funny as hell in that big especially with dudes like, yo, you want me to get rid of him? And he's like, yo, what's up with your man? Like, yo, stop touching me, man. Like, yo.
Mad aggressive.
Yo, I respected that, yo, because he blew up out there. Hey, man. He blew up over there going crazy. Wilding out. Yo, and then I had to think about it like, yo, all the other old people in there was like, oh, shit.
Right.
That nigga grandma, yo. He's still smiling at her. She's smiling back.
Well, remember, she deaf and she was only looking at the board.
Right, she can't hear nothing.
She's deaf.
He take the thing out her ear when people come around and shit like that. But that was mad disrespectful to me to do that in front of her still. Or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if Dean come back about that shit. Man.
Yeah, hell yeah, Dean might come back about that shit. Nigga yelling at his establishment. Yeah, scaring his folks. Nah, we can't have that.
Bingo.
Yeah. Bingo. Next we get Jessica. I guess it was a farewell fuck, I guess we call it. And she her and Lulu. Yeah, her and Lou get it in, but she tells him at that moment, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Right.
For LA. And like, you know, Crown put me on. He like Crown. I mean, he like, you know, Crown put me on, I'm leaving tomorrow. They have a little argument, like, get the fuck out of here. So Michelle, you felt about that scene with Jessica and Lou.
First of all, that was the most awkward sex scene that I've seen in a long time.
It felt dry too.
Yeah, it's like neither of us want to do this, but we're gonna do this because we're a couple. Like it just felt awkward. Honestly, I think she wanted him to hurt by dropping Crown, because she could have said I'm out and left it at that. But she let him know that Crown had a hand in helping me move across the damn country. And I think at some point he gonna step the Crown and be like, listen, you was fucking my chick, or are you fucking my chick? Right. I mean, it don't matter now because she's gone, but that's gonna come out sooner or later.
Okay. Yeah,
I liked his smoothness though. I liked how he was like, all right, but yeah, you can just go there. You can step, bitch. You done. You go.
See, from a woman's perspective, that hurts. Okay, that hurts.
All right, see, It hurt us too. That's why we saying what we saying. That's why we like, you can step. You going.
She was wrong too. She was telling me the last minute, I'm leaving tomorrow. Not like next week or 2 weeks from now. Like,
you lucky I ain't really wild out. Like, bitch, get your shit. Get out of here.
Take Famous with you.
Yeah. Take Famous with you. Yeah. You play his music.
Yeah,
on your way there.
To take his whack ass with you.
Right. Make sure you play his music on his way there. Getting good promotion.
Well, let's talk more about the downfall of Unique, we'll call this. And he goes back, as you guys talked about earlier, back to his old tailoring shop. See, the cop done raided that shit, destroyed it all the way. I guess he calls Worrell in. He like, man, he was on his, this remind me of Nino Brown, G Money type shit. And he was like, we could do this together, bring it back together, get the team together. Worrell like, nah, man, I ain't rolling with you. I'm out. And then Unique put it together already. Oh, you've been working with Rock now, stuff like that. So, how you feel like? What you feel about that scene, Michelle, and what you feel about the ramifications between Unique and Worrell now?
I like that scene because we see a full transgression of where Unique was until how he's back in his world with nothing. He's back in his element, and his number one soldier basically stepped to him and said, "I'm not fucking with you no more." So I let him know right then and there, he ain't got nobody. I think when Unique do get back on his feet, he coming hard and strong for Rock, Lou, Marvin, and Worrell. Because he's coming with a vengeance at this point. Because not only did you set him up and get him time inside, you didn't help wreck his empire on the outside and stole his number one soldier.
Right. So
when he get that shit right, he coming with a vengeance. I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah. She did damage when you think about it. That's damage right there.
I predict he gonna pick Worrell off himself.
Straight Ja ruled himself. She straight Ja ruled him. Like,
took out everything, huh? Mm-hmm. I agree with Michelle. I think he gonna kill Worrell himself for not being loyal, honestly. But we thinking about that.
Yeah. I think he definitely gonna smoke dude for not being loyal, because that was a hurt piece right there. That was a spit in the face. These niggas tried to kill you, bro, when you was with me. Now all of a sudden you working with them and they getting you put a little money in your pocket and you acting brand new. Yeah, so I felt that.
But it could go both ways, like we said earlier in the segment. Worrell could be playing both sides and then set it up for Unique to come in later on. Now, that's a long shot in comparison to the Unique snapping off and killing him first.
True.
But you definitely don't know which way it could go.
Right. That would be a better way. But who they faking for? You get what I'm saying? Nobody was there but us. So right. Who y'all faking for?
Right. Makes sense. Mike, are you frozen?
Yo. I'm here. I'm back. I connect again. I think it's your first one, Michelle, about that he gonna kill Worrell first. I think that we said the other part is a long shot, but I think even if he did do that, we're really trying to hear it. I think he's gonna be mad because he left him at his darkest moment.
Yeah,
trying to kill him and stuff like that. I really, really do. Next we get a small scene of Jessica actually leaving, and she's out. Famous is there, trying to act hard, really upset his sister leaving. And then, his mother, he ain't go back in the house, like he's still out. So I guess the biggest part of this is how it's going to affect Famous with his sister actually gone. What do you think about that, Michelle?
Will it really? To be honest with you,
I think it's going. I think with his music career being done, him getting kicked out the house, and his sister out.
Okay, so let's put it like this. I think his sister being his manager, even though he had a little hothead turn with her presence being there, I think she was a guiding point for him. So like you said, with him being kicked out the house, the sister going, he's not in good favor with his mom. He's going to turn to the streets and it may get ugly really, really soon.
I think he's going to turn to the streets, and that's not his bag. He's a musician. He's not a drug dealer.
Nah.
And I think that's why it's going to get ugly for him. So, what you thinking, bro?
Yeah, he's going to either try to rap it and live it at the same time and fuck himself up. I did respect how he did it, though. Like, I respect how he, like, let his sister know, like, yeah, bitch, fuck you. Like, still fuck you. I'm only here seeing you off because I probably ain't going to see you. So that's what it is. And then his mom, I felt like he was becoming more grown, looking at his moms and kept it pushing like, yeah. I ain't kissing your ass either. You kicked me out. So
yeah, he definitely grew up real fast in this episode.
Right, he grew up real fast in this episode.
Yeah. He lost a safety net, he lost his crib, so I think he lost a lot. But we're gonna see how it turns out. Now the last scene of the episode, man. They got your boy Scrap in the car. Scrap psyched up. Like, I knew y'all would come around. Yeah, you know what I mean? They going to the new spot. He's like, yo, I'm about to be in here doing crazy stuff. I can breathe in here.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yo,
yeah.
Little dirty ass spot you talking about.
Right. And next thing you know, which I don't think none of us saw coming.
No.
Rock pulled the trigger herself. Shot him dead in the head.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, so we're not thinking about that. Rock taking him out herself and the whole scene there. Michelle, let me start with you.
I didn't see it coming. Did not see it coming. You could kind of tell something was about to happen. Maybe because I thought they were going to take him somewhere and rough him up a little bit. And it was going to be Marvin being the one who was going to do it.
Okay.
But taking him in that, I guess we'll call it warehouse, taking him in that warehouse.
Yeah.
And he's just psyched up and happy. Like you said, they thought that he thought they came around and was going to get the property to him and all that. So he psyched his head up. And then Rock was like, no, you out.
Yeah.
You out.
Yeah.
He was naive the whole time. He didn't think they were on to him or nothing. Totally green in the situation. But it had to happen. It had to happen.
Even Marvin shed a tear too when it happened.
Yeah, Marvin shed a tear.
Of course, because at the end of the day, like they said, like he said, Nick was down there since he was 14, a baby.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how old he is at this point in time.
He in his 20s at least, somewhere.
Yeah, not 20. He shed blood for him, lost an eye for him, was a street soldier for him. Even put Kane in check a couple times last season. So of course, you don't want to see that happen, but you're not going to leave that to jeopardy with a nigga who might be running their mouth.
Yeah, what got me was that Marvin shed a tear, Luca and Watch, like you said before, and Rock was stone cold, like
right
at all, just like that.
Worried about that? You already know why she was stone cold.
But go ahead, E, how you felt about the whole scene there? And Rock killed him.
I felt it was kind of messed up, man. I tell you, because I don't know if it was true or not, if it was him or it was because it was two people in there. And that's where I feel that was messed up at. But he shouldn't have lied. He had to cheat, man.
Well, see, when you think about it, right? What would the mother know as far as being a CI against Rock's organization?
True.
Also, the thing is that they can't rough him up. Once you a CI, you got to die. Ain't no roughing up. Like, cause that's it. Because the cops still gonna want you to be a CI if they keep you out there and shit like that. So
yeah,
ain't no way you could just say no. I can't do this no more. Like, it don't work like that. Like, so
he can't like, oh, it wasn't me. It was my mama. No.
Nah, definitely can't do that shit.
Hell no, you can't do that.
Yeah, he was done. It was a done deal. Once he lied though, it was really done at that particular point. And so I think Rock was gonna do it regardless, but she wanted to try to convince Marvin and Lou that it was cool, and she convinced Marvin just enough because of him lying about where he was at, and because of him going off about Worrell. That too, I think it made it, worse.
He went off about his situation, and like you said, he lied. So of course, to Marv, that was a green light. He lied.
Yeah.
He don't gotta lie about shit.
But I was surprised. I don't think have we seen Rock shoot anybody yet? Kill anybody? It was the first one, I think, wasn't it?
I think. I don't know. Now that you said that,
that's what surprised me and shit like that. Because Rock normally send Marvin or Lou. So I was surprised she pulled the trigger herself and shit. Even if she was there, I was surprised, honestly.
Well, that's because
Rock ain't never there.
I think if it was anybody else, they probably would have. But she was the only one 100% certain that he had to go. Marvin was like, all right, I'm going to get the intel. Lou was like, I don't want no part. And Rock was like, this shit has to happen. And that's why she was the one to do it.
I got you.
That, most deaf. And plus, she like you said, she all about her business. She knew he had to go. She was going to do it. She knew them niggas was always close to him, too. Remember, them niggas was close to him, working with him.
Yeah,
she didn't have that bomb.
That's true. Going to McDonald's making bets on fries and shit on the other show.
Right.
All right, well, R.I.P. Scrap, our first loss to this Power Book 2
I'm
season.
gonna roll you up, Scrap.
Smoke a Scrap pack.
Yeah, you're gonna smoke Scrap pack.
But anyway, we'll be back hopefully Sunday, with our regular time. I appreciate you guys coming on. How would you guys rate the episode? Let's go ahead and rate it. We didn't rate it last week, but how would you rate it, Michelle?
I give it a 9.
E?
I'm gonna give it a 9 too. It was satisfying.
I'm also, we're gonna make a triple 9 today. I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. I was really, really satisfied. It was a good episode. And you know what's great about the episode? Wasn't even much Kanan really. Kanan was like off to the side. We're famous and shit like that or whatever. So it's kind of that tell you that the show is good. They got a lot of good characters all the way around the board. So I think it's pretty dope. But E, I'll see you on Saturday for our She-Hulk Saturday morning, 10:30. Michelle, Sunday, 7:30 back for Power. Appreciate you guys watching. Always like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, E.